Okay, this is lesson 3. It's called Angles of Triangles. Make sure that in your book you are on actually lesson 3 and not lesson 2. Remember, we're skipping lesson 2, and we'll put that at the end of the chapter. So turn in your books to lesson 3. Okay, let's start with the real world link here. It says Caroline and Emily are building a bridge out of toothpicks for a science competition. Emily thinks the sides should be constructed using triangles. Use the activity to find the sum of the measures of the angles in a triangle. All right, so this is what they tell us. They tell us that line M and line N are parallel, and line P and R are the transversals. Okay? So here's what they want you to do. What is true about the measures of angles 1 and 2? So take a look. Here's angle 1. Here's angle 2. What is true? Okay, so pause it and answer number 1. If you had they are equal or they're congruent because they're alternate interior angles, you are correct. Again, they are alternate interior because they're on the inside, therefore they're congruent. Okay, now what is true about angles 3 and 4? Okay, so let's look at angles 3 and 4 right here. Again, they're on the inside, right? And they're alternate. So this is the same answer. Okay, they are equal because they are alternate interior angles. Okay. Now number 3 says, what kind of angle is formed by angles 1, 5, and 3? So let's take a look at those angles right here. 1, 5, and 3. So we have 1, 5, and 3. Okay. Write an equation representing the three angles, representing the relationship between the three angles. Okay. Okay. First of all, they form a straight angle. Do you see angle M? See how all three of them together form this line, line M? So all three of them together are going to equal 180. Okay. Then it says use the information in exercises 1, 2, 3 to draw a conclusion, again another word, a conjecture, about the sum of the measures of the angles of triangle A, B, C. So what they want to know, what they're asking you to do here is if they want you to look at angles 5, angles 2, and angle 4. We know that 4 and 3 are equal, so whatever this angle is right here, it's going to be this angle. Whatever this is, angle 2 is going to be angle 1. So all three of them together are going to equal the triangle. So what they're getting at, what we're going to learn in this section, is that the sum of the measures in a triangle all add up to 180. Okay, and that's what this lesson is on. And I think that's something that you guys have seen before. Okay, that in any triangle, all three angles together equal 180. Doesn't matter what type of triangle it is. And this is the key concept. Like I said, this is the whole point of this lesson. Okay, the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle is 180. So if you take angle X, angle Y, and angle Z, it's going to equal 180. Okay, any triangle. And here are your two vocabulary words. So if you want to highlight these two vocabulary words, you need to know this. Hopefully everybody knows what a triangle is. Okay, it's formed by three line segments that intersect at their endpoints. So what they're saying is each side is actually a line segment. Okay. The angles formed by the segments that lie inside the triangle are your interior angles. Okay, just like what we learned before. Interior means inside. So these three angles right here are on the inside, and together their sum will always be 180. Okay, so let's look at the first example. It says find the value of X in the Antigua and Barbuda flag. Okay, so here's X right here. We want to know what this value is. Now, what do we know? We know that this angle is 55, and we know what this angle is, right? That's 90. So what we just learned, that all three of them together equal 180. So look how they have it set up over here. Here's your equation. X plus 55 plus 90 equals 180. We simplify. 55 plus 90 is 145. Then we subtract, and our answer is 35. So this angle right here is 35 degrees. So what I want you to do right now, pause it, and I want you to do the got it problem. It's exactly like example 1. It says in triangle XYZ, if the measure of angle X is 72 and the measure of angle Y is 74, what is the measure of angle Z? Okay, so here's what your equation should look like. 72 plus 74 plus X equals 180. Now you don't have to have them in that exact order, that's okay. Our next step is to simplify 72 plus 74, and we get 146. Okay, then we subtract 146 from both sides, and our missing angle is 34. Okay, simple as that. Any triangle, doesn't matter what type of triangle, inside the interior angles are always 180. Okay, let's look at example 2. It says the measures of angles of triangle ABC are in the ratio of 1 to 4 to 5. What are the measures of the angles? Okay, so this one's written a little differently. They don't give us the angle measures, they give us the ratio, but it's very simple to do. What we're going to do is we're going to let X represent with the 1, the 4 we're going to put in X with, and the 5 we're going to put in X with it. So it's going to look like X or 1X plus 4X plus 5X equals 180. Okay, we're using the ratios this time. So X plus 4X plus 5X is 10X. Then we divide both sides by 10 and we get 18. Now we're not done. We just know that the first angle, or X, is 18. They want to know what are all of the measures. So what we have to do is we have to substitute. If X is 18, we need to take 4 times 18, or 72. Then we need to take, since one of the ratios is 5, we need to take 5 times 18. 5 times 18 is 90. So your three angle measures are 18, 72, and 90. Okay, and that's another way you can do it if they give you the ratios up here. Okay, let's try a problem like that. Your got it problem is set up the exact same way. The measures of the angles of triangle LMN are in the ratio of 2 to 4 to 6. So what are the measures of the angles? So pause the video right now and use your other example to do this problem. All right, so here's how your equation should look first. Oops. Okay, we're using 2, 4, and 6 as the ratios. So 2x plus 4x plus 6x. We're going to simplify like terms here to 12x. Okay, 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. Then we divide both sides by 12, and we get x is 15. Now, that is not our answer. Okay, we want to know each actual angle measure. So what we have to do is we have to substitute. Okay, so let's look what we have over here. We have to go 2 times 15 to get 30. One ratio is 4, so we have to take 4 times 15, and then we have to take 6 times 15 because those are our ratios right there. And 15 is our answer. So our angle measures end up being 30, 60, and 90. Okay, don't forget to do this step right here. Okay, don't stop and just do this. This is not the right answer. You have to use this to find the answer. Okay, we talked about the interior angles of a triangle. It only makes sense if we talk about the exterior angles. And yes, triangles, any shape has exterior angles. Okay, so we need to look at some vocabulary here. Okay, right here, this angle 1, this is considered an exterior angle. Okay, we've extended that line a little bit. Okay, and what this says is that this angle right here, angle 1, okay, is equal to 2 remote interior angles. Remote interior angles are the angles that are not adjacent to angle 1. So it's not this one, it's not this angle right here, but it's going to be the 2 opposite ones, angle A and angle B. So if you know these 2 angles, you can add them up and it's going to give you angle 1. Okay? Again, the remote interior angles are the ones across from it. They're opposite. So the remote interior angles of 1 are A and B. Okay, let's look at an example. they tell us that angle 4 is 135. So let's write a 135 in here. Find the angle of measure 2. All right, so what we just learned is that angle 4 right here is equal to the remote interiors, which is going to be this angle right here and this angle right here. So let's write that out, okay? Or they have it right here. Angle 2 plus angle K, which is this angle right here, is going to be equal to angle 4. Well, we know that angle 4 is 135. They gave us that. And what's that little box right there mean for angle K? It's 90. So if we plug in what we know, here we've got a nice equation. Subtract 90 from both sides and we get 45. So angle 2 ends up being 45. So if we take 45 plus 90, that gives us 135. Okay, so right now I want you guys to try the got it problem. Okay, it's set up the exact same way. Okay, right now they're saying that angle 5 is 147. Okay, so here's now your remote interior angles would be this angle right here and angle 1 right there. Okay, so pause the video, take a minute to figure that out. Okay, so let's set up an equation. Let's write down what we know. Okay, we know that angle K plus angle 1 is going to equal angle 5. Okay, that's your remote interior angles. Okay, now we know that angle 5 is 147 and angle K is 90. So let's plug that in. Okay, so we replaced K with 90 because that's a right angle, and we replaced angle 5 with 147. They told us that. So now just finish solving the equation. Subtract 90 from both sides, and you should get 57. Okay. All right, so those are the two concepts from this chapter. Interior angles equal 180. Remote interior angles, okay, are, again, the outside is equal to the two opposite inside angles. All right, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to try the guided practice, have that done for tomorrow when you come in, and the rest of your book should be filled out, okay? You don't have to do the homework in the book, but just do the guided practice, and we'll go over those when you come in the morning, okay?